I like to just wing it. What is this? What am I looking at? It's my fucking phone. It's so glary. All right, cool. That's live. And
Oh yeah, I got it too.
Oh, motherfucker! You couldn't make it 1 minute. I haven't even started the show.
You start the show before you already fucked up.
Ass.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. This week on Humpcast, Ryan hasn't even started to drink yet, and he's already spilling shit. We're counting down the new year, but not actually until we're not going to be here till 12. That's going to be stupid. We're not going to do that. You can see that we have cool presents to talk about. And hey, Steve's here. Hey, you're listening to Humpcast.
Yay!
Welcome to Humpcast, everybody. The show where a couple of buds get buzzed and drink to the new year with some champagne, not some beer. My name's Garrett Lee.
I'm Ryan D.
And today, Steve's here.
Hey.
Hey.
Doesn't work.
I think your mic's too low. Hold on a second.
No, I just wasn't talking loud enough.
Oh, okay. What's up, everyone? How y'all doing? We were gonna do a Christmas show, but shit just didn't work out that way. But we got ourselves a nice end of the year end game episode, right?
Yes.
Yes. And just like every episode, we start off with an alcoholic beverage of some sort.
Oh yeah, let's do this.
Today is
Yeah,
no
let's get this over with.
different. First and foremost, we got the shots. And we're just going to put that in the background.
What? Okay.
That's the music that
Aaliyah?
shows.
Try
Yes.
again.
Okay.
Yeah. All right.
I can't leave you with some
To
without a
Aaliyah.
funky beat
Fucking to
step
Aaliyah,
two.
bro.
And Timbaland.
Oh.
Which it's symbolism. We're not going to leave them without a dope episode to step to.
Got it.
Yeah.
Holy shit. All right.
That's
First
that good
things
shit.
first.
Also, I was going to say we have these nice bubblies in front that I want to get to. Ryan has a little less than all of us.
I
if you
do.
can
I
stop-
just
if you
kind
can
of.
go.
I don't know how that happened. I just was like.
You don't? Okay. I'm sorry. All right. What happened, Ryan? You sucker punch.
I just bumped it on it. I don't know. I was trying to point at it was just a stupid move. Because I've never had a glass so tall in front of me. So
Well, let's cheers this because this is gonna be for New Year's.
Yay.
Cheers,
We
everybody!
made it.
We made it.
Mm.
I don't know if you guys saw this, but
Better.
this glass is actually from Y2K itself.
oh,
This is the only one left in existence.
you mean the first apocalypse?
Yeah, exactly. We didn't have a rapture party then because I was 10.
That's right.
But I actually, not about funny, but it's like I actually drank apple cider out of this exact same flute 20 years ago.
That is interesting.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's nice.
Wow.
So went full circle. And then these are my nice crystal ones that Ryan tried to break earlier. So please be careful.
Okay.
And this, if you can see, is also a really nice instrument that I got from my brother.
It is fucking amazing.
If you can see, for the audio listeners, I got the power gauntlet from Endgame. Here, hold your painting. Let's see if I can get it there. It is cool. You got the fucking Infinity Stones in there. This is the, I guess, the Hulk-sized version of it. I'm definitely not going to try and hold my glass of champagne with it, but I have held a beer with it, which is pretty cool.
I knew it.
Yeah.
And then it locks up for display mode, which is pretty neat.
So he can have it locked with a middle finger.
Yeah, I've definitely done that
Come
before.
on now.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah. I love it.
Boom.
Oh, that's so good.
And then what's that, Ryan? You got a painting?
It's not.
It's art.
It's a print.
It's art.
It's a print plaque.
You have art.
of one of my favorites.
Sienna's having
Spider-Man.
Italian. What's Italian margaritas?
It's margaritas, but instead of the lemon juice, it's marinara.
I legit thought you were gonna give us straight up info. Like, oh, Italian margaritas. I definitely had those before.
Oh, why did Siri turn on? Your fucking Infinity Gauntlet turned on my Siri for some reason.
Bruh, they're connected.
That was weird.
Yeah.
So I got a pretty good present this year.
I saw that. You could have used the power glove.
I could have used the
power gauntlet.
Well, it's only right-handed, isn't it?
Yeah, so I found. I mean, I noticed this a while ago, but the Iron Man power gauntlet is right-handed, while Thanos' Infinity Gauntlet is left-handed.
Left-handed?
Yeah.
Balance.
Coincidence?
Balance. Well, apparently,
Balance is all
I
things should be.
have a fractured wrist.
What?
So yeah, that happened a couple weeks ago.
What'd you do?
Right
Too
before
much jerking
Christmas.
off? Did you just you did a
Oh
quick
yeah,
slip?
because I didn't hear that 1,000 fucking times that week it happened.
Bruh, I am groundbreaking in my humor. Don't even worry about it.
But yeah, just I got cocky, drunk skateboarding, and I fell backwards on a fucking on a flat bar rail and fractured my wrist, and and you can see the imprint of the rail on my back.
Yeah,
as
it's like
well.
your body retired you from skating.
Just that
Or
one.
just like, you're
Honestly,
done.
I'm like itching.
Your
right-
body's just like, fucking stop.
and I'm so itching right now to get back on my board too. Like I was just even thinking about just going like this.
No, that would be the stupidest. It's really a stupid thing you could do.
Well,
So-
and here's the thing: is I just finally went to see. So this is the Mark II of my fucking my cast because
Yeah.
I went to the first splint they gave me was from the hospital. This one I finally got to see an orthopedic specialist, and they looked at my X-rays, made me take more X-rays, and said the same thing that the guy at the hospital said, which was, which isn't what you want to hear.
Never. I don't think you ever want to hear that.
So then she comes in and at least she had the specialist had a lot more to say to me, which was a lot better. She explained it to me that when I take the X-rays this way, everything looks fine and they can tell where the fracture is, but it's kind of hard to tell from this angle. So when I take an X-ray on this angle, there's like a protruding bone that they don't know where it's coming from.
They don't know where.
They don't know exactly like what bone it is, so I have to go take a CT scan.
What's a CT scan?
It's like an MRI kind of.
Yeah.
What's the difference between an MRI and an X-ray?
MRI, I think, measures it's layers for like your muscles.
Yeah, you can see
you can see your muscles. You can see.
I feel like I should know this as I've had MRIs every 2 years since I was 5. But I never knew what it stood for, nor what it was. I just thought it was a fancy X-ray.
CT scan and MRI are the same thing, aren't they? Or
No, because I've had two.
me too.
I've had an MRI and a CT scan.
I don't know
the
what
same
the difference
day.
is.
Oh,
But
my
I know
mom's
they're
here.
different.
Mom, what's the difference between a CT scan and an MRI?
Because I know the MRI was look at my brain.
Yeah.
And the CT scan was like to really look and make sure my skull was okay.
Okay, so CT scan probably is more for bones, but it's just a more detailed, in-depth mapping, I guess.
Probably. Yeah.
What were we talking about earlier? I wanted to look it up. Oh,
dogs.
Yeah, the dog sled thing. Say that again.
Okay, so
Okay,
Ryan,
so fuck my wrist.
Oh, were you not done?
No, I wasn't done. So that means that's why I haven't got a fucking hard cast, you asshole.
Okay. I was actually wondering why you don't have a hard cast. So they
they
don't
won't-
know where it's.
They don't know where it's broken.
Yeah.
They don't know exactly what's wrong with it, so they can't actually give me like a direct diagnosis on like what they can do. So if they wrap it in a hard cast and then it turns out I need surgery, that's what they're trying to figure out. That's what they're trying to avoid.
Got it. And have you seen these like 3D printed casts now, which are really cool? Instead of that old school, just like hard armored shell, it's actually like honeycomb patterns and like it breathes so it doesn't smell gross and like I don't know if it's flexible. I doubt it's flexible, but it's like a lot better. Gooder.
Well, your
defeat
cast should
it'd be
be
to
flexible.
defeat the purpose
Yeah.
if it's flexible.
Yeah, I stopped myself. She was saying that it's a margarita with Di Serono. I don't know how to think of that.
Huh.
I hate MRIs and CT scans because I don't like fucking needles.
What?
Okay. Because they. I think what she mean because I mean I took MRIs, but they needed to inject a certain kind of dye or
sometimes
ink.
they put the dye in you so that they can
Oh, okay.
So,
So like they didn't do that when I
Yeah, so when I was
confused.
getting MRIs, they would even after I grew out of the phase where I was just like not going to be able to stay still and they had to sedate me, they would still inject me with that dye so that it showed up better on the actual thing. But I remember like I could actually taste the dye. It was gross.
Yeah, I know. That's what happens when you get like you ever get like a vitamin IV.
My mom says CT scans and MRIs are both used to capture images with your body. The biggest difference is that MRIs. Shoot, yeah, that was the first part. The second part is the difference is that MRIs, magnetic resonance imaging, use radio waves, and CT, computed topography scans, use X-rays. So is a CT scan just an X-ray?
I guess it's more detailed X-ray.
Yeah, that's kind of what we were saying, right?
Yeah,
'Cause, like,
that's
yeah.
pretty much what we said. Thanks, Mom.
Thanks, Mom. And then Sienna was saying she didn't like needles, and before you get those tests done, you have to take a fucking IV. Yeah,
Yep.
I didn't.
it's a I don't know. Everyone does things differently, but
they just
I
put
know
me in
they
there.
did the dye with me, and so you would need a needle.
I had
and
to
I
do
don't
the
like it.
I had to do the MRI for my eyeball when I went into the hospital.
See, like I had the head thing that happened, and so I couldn't do the MRI. They couldn't staple me closed until we got the MRI, but it was busy, so I had to wait a couple hours, which is like an open wound.
Yeah.
Before they could do the MRI, because they're like, yeah, your staples would rip out. Like, fun. This is great.
Yeah.
Fuck.
I was always worried about that too. I was like, I have fillings. They're gonna like rip out of my fucking teeth and all that
'cause
stuff.
it's, like,
of
magnetic?
magnets. Yeah.
Oh.
How do magnets work?
Huh.
Well, I know. As a kid, you just thought all metal was magnetic.
it is.
Yeah.
Like because I've had them for every 2 years since I was 5.
Yeah.
So in my head, literally, I was just like, if I have any metal anywhere on my body, it would just rip out and like destroy me,
I'm too metal for MRIs, bro.
bruh. Yeah.
All right.
All right. Anyway, now we can talk about sled dogs. I guess.
Yes,
The whole
so-
thing. The whole point was just to tell you that I might have to get surgery. Is what they were trying to tell me.
Damn.
I know.
I was gonna say, I was like, I don't know if it's just that we're old or what, but like even remember my foot because I got ran over by a car. Like it's not feeling much better, and I can't run yet. And I don't like that.
How long ago did you get run over by a car?
3 weeks?
Oh, yeah. Come on, Garrett. Yeah.
Well, it's not broken. I just thought
It's not
like
broken, but
I'm
your
used to
body
my
still
body
needs time to
healing in
heal.
like a week.
Takes a while, man.
At least 6.
6 weeks. Yeah.
Yeah.
Damn,
Yeah.
Gina.
2 months.
But the sled dogs.
Yes.
Talking about the fucking
All right.
sled dogs. You brought
What
it up
was
a
the
couple
question
times.
on the table?
No, so Ryan showed us that Budweiser commercial about the guy leaving and the dog being home being sad and just like, yo, don't drink and drive because you got people at home waiting for you. Good commercial, we get it.
Yeah.
And then I don't know why a thought popped in my head. I'm like, yo, if you lived in like Alaska or like northern Canada and you're like, you go to a bar and you get drunk, but you have like a dog sled. A sled powered by dogs take you home.
In case you didn't know what a dog sled was.
Can you get a DUI off of that?
My thinking is yes, only because I've heard of people getting DUIs on skateboards, on bikes.
I'm gonna
On
say,
bicycles, yes,
See,
because you're
but
powering it
that's-
yourself.
but that's also in California, where California has a law for fucking everything.
True. Also true. So maybe yes, if you happen to be on a dog sled in California.
California?
Which, mind you, we have snow. There
Yeah,
are
but no
places
one-
in California where there's snow.
Obviously, I
But-
live here. But-
I'm talking more to the fucking general people out there.
okay.
But I was saying it does probably depend on the area. Maybe Alaska doesn't have a thing. Maybe Canada does. Maybe whatever.
Okay, here's another thing. Because in my area, people ride horses all the time.
Yeah.
Can you get a DUI on a horse?
You can.
Really?
Yeah.
Even
California,
if the
yes,
horse
you can.
knows how to go home? Like, that's kind of
Yeah.
fucked up.
Yeah.
There was a whole scene where fucking Aragorn was passed out, and the horse got him straight back to fucking Helm's Deep or wherever the fuck.
Well, that's fantasy. I'm talking about the real horses around the corner
I was
from
like,
my
clearly,
place.
clearly they can just take you home and be fine.
Yeah, like, right? They're not going to hurt anybody.
You should be drunk and be like, it's okay, guys. The horse knows where to go.
The only person who's going to get... It's like an Uber. It's like calling an Uber. Are you going to get a DUI riding on the back of Uber? No. Why should I get a DUI for riding on the back of a horse?
Yeah. I think it all depends on the area. Like I said, this particular area always has.
Can you get a
all kinds of
DUI
laws.
if you're in a self-driving car in the backseat?
You shouldn't. You're not driving. You're not powering the thing.
I think you can because, well, if you're in the back seat, no, but you'll get in
what
trouble
I'm
for
saying.
not. You're get in trouble for not being in the front
But
seat.
it's a
What if it's not
self-driving
yours?
car.
You're like, somebody put me in this.
if it's a self-driving Uber car, but not if it's a car that you own.
But it's self-driving. It's in self-drive mode.
I don't know.
And I think Uber, like there still has to be a person there.
That's what I'm saying. There's
So
still
then it's
supposed
not-
to be a person in the car, at least behind the wheel.
Yo, it's 2020.
Yeah, so
We should have this shit figured out by now.
so if somebody puts you in their self-driving car and you're in the back and they drive you home and you get pulled over, first of all, if it's a self-driving car and a cop comes,
will it know to pull
will
over?
it know to pull over? That's actually a great question. I would love to know.
I
that.
would think so because they got cameras in the back, so they would know the lights are flashing. Like, oh shit! Because emergency vehicles, they would have to be prepared for that. So I can see them pulling over for cop car.
I would love to just get. Does Kevin Peter Hickerson know about all these things? Like, I feel like he's a science person. I need a science person to answer these questions.
I know. He probably does. He always knows about new tech and stuff. I ask him about certain things.
Because that would be interesting. Like, can you get away in a self-driving car if it just automatically sees police lights and takes over and pulls over?
Yeah. I mean, self-driving car just so I can get those extra hour of sleep. You know, when you're commuting in the morning, just like fucking get in the car,
absolutely
just knock out.
That would make. I mean, that would make life so much easier.
Yeah.
I think the only downside to that is you'd probably end up falling asleep and like either knocking the wheel or hitting the pedals
No, because
while
it's
you're asleep.
self-drive mode, so it doesn't matter.
I think it in
Sit in
self-drive
the
mode.
passenger seat.
I'm pretty sure that's illegal.
Get limo chin.
You
You'll
just-
be all right.
that guy-
Yeah, because
No
that's
one-
not illegal. You'd probably get pulled over for that.
Yeah.
Which goes back to the question: Will it pull over?
Yeah.
We're tackling the hard issues here for people, for you.
I don't know. We got to know somebody with a self-driving car.
Well, do Teslas do it? I don't even know what cars do it.
Tesla has a form of like self-driving, but only like certain versions of it. There's there's all these different whatever.
Yeah, if
fucking,
you
like,
guys have a
tiers.
self-driving car, or you know someone that does, fucking ask them these questions. I want to know. We want to know.
Elon.
The people want to know.
What's going on?
I
Yeah.
think. Oh, by the way, next week's
Answer us,
guest.
Elon.
Next week's guest, Elon Musk.
We could get one of those deep fake. We should do one of those deep fakes with somebody doing Elon Musk.
Yeah.
Evan.
Evan doing Elon.
Get Evan
Doing Elon?
Doing Elon.
Does he do a good Elon impression?
I feel like he could.
He probably could. He's white.
You white. You all Elon Musk.
Dude, some of these deepfakes are fucking great. Like, these voice actors are just like killing it because of the fact that they could just literally do impressions of people, but then have their entire face just changed into that
I keep
person.
forgetting that guy that's been doing those videos for Collider as George Lucas.
Oh, George, yeah, he's fucking killing it.
I keep forgetting to fucking hit that dude up. I kind of know that guy.
It's really cool, but it's also kind of scary. Mainly because there's a lot of dumb people out there.
Yeah.
That
Oh, yeah,
can't,
for
won't
sure.
tell the difference.
Can't tell the difference.
And
Yeah.
so-
Yeah,
it's
I've been
just-
seeing
it's
plenty of
something
videos where it's completely doctored, but people are like, dude, fuck that guy. He did like some fucked up shit,
Yeah,
but like
and
that's not really him.
You can easily manipulate.
Or people who post like obviously fake videos on like
or people
Facebook
who
and
respond
stuff.
to the Onion like it's serious.
Yeah,
It's just
yeah,
like, oh, I can't believe they're fucking doing this. I'm like, it's the Onion, bro. Like, come on.
How do you not know yet?
What is more dangerous, being a really good liar or believing anything?
Believe in anything.
Yeah, because dude, like, there's so many just like
the
dumb
world is
things.
flat. Vaccines
Some-
cause autism that make you retarded.
I saw something.
Even though we're all okay.
Yeah,
We're
I
all
saw
fine.
something where it was all like a $5 bill. Somebody was stamping $5 bills where on the back is the Lincoln Memorial.
Yeah.
And it says, "My president, Donald Trump, lives here." And they thought it was
in
the White House.
Monticello. Yeah.
Yeah, they thought it was the White House.
Off the
And I'm like, oh god.
Memorial.
Nope.
Okay. That's what.
No, try again.
That is not.
Wrong, dummy.
It's not even where you think it is.
Wrong again.
So, you know. But yeah, people believing stuff is a lot more dangerous than. Well,
People
they
don't
go
think-
hand in hand. Really, it brings me. You know what's funny? It actually brings me back. Do you guys remember this episode of Family
Nazis.
Matters?
Oh.
Episode of Family Matters, and it was where like I think Carl Winslow was on trial because somebody doctored a video that he stole something from a shopping mall that he was like guarding or something.
Don't remember that. But
You don't remember that episode at all? And then I was
I
like,
remember he was on trial. I remember that being like a pretty edgy episode. You know?
But then Urkel found out, no, they doctored this video, and he just saw like the actual dude's reflection. And he's like, look, this is the real person.
Yeah.
Where it's like you can just superimpose people's faces. That being science fiction back then, now totally possible.
Yeah.
You could deep fake someone into a security camera.
Maybe.
Yes.
Maybe. If you
I
try hard enough.
100% believe you could.
But yeah, I don't know. It's possible.
Yeah.
I think it's probably a little unlikely, but it's possible.
Unlikely, yes, because there's so many other forms of evidence nowadays.
That's
but
what R. Kelly should have just said.
somebody deep faked me.
Well, isn't that what they said? They said that they
No,
added the
he
P.
blamed it on his brother. He said, "That's not me. That's my brother." Kelly's a piece
Mr.
of
R.
shit.
Kelly, you don't have a brother?
No, oh, God.
That's my twin brother, long lost twin brother.
Oh,
S.
God.
That's Kelly. Q Kelly.
Elemental P. Kelly.
God, I hope that guy never gets out.
So, Star Wars. Do we want to talk about that?
Yeah.
talk
So
about
just
Star Wars.
so everyone knows, like it's the end of the year. Like most of
The end of the world.
end of the decade, end of the year, possibly
Jesus
the
ain't
end of the
coming
world,
back.
dude. Like I woke up and my electricity was off, and then like my lights were flashing. I'm like, is this really the end? Because it was kind of crazy. Because I went outside, and then my neighbor was out there too, saying the same things.
Oh, shit.
And then
Tremors, bro. Tremors.
I was like, bro, imagine if Y2K wasn't actually a thing, but 2020 was a
2020
thing.
was.
Like this is the actual end of the world. The only difference being, of course, it's just like it's actually already 2020 somewhere.
Yeah, like China and shit.
Yeah, but maybe it waits until the end, maybe the last time zone.
You know, things don't really count unless it's in America.
It's true.
It's true.
You know?
Are we the end? It's Hawaii, isn't it?
Sure.
What's? I'll look that up after I pour a
Probably.
drink.
That's
But-
Alaska.
Yeah.
With all the snow.
By the
dogs.
way, you know what you were talking about Alaska? I'm pretty sure everyone in Alaska drinks and drives, by the way. And I think there's some sort of like
Why?
there's some sort of legality to it. Like they
Some states, are losing.
Yeah.
Like in Mississippi, you're allowed to have an open container.
Yeah.
And drink and drive.
Yeah, and I
but
think-
also they
I
have
think
like
Alaska's
the
one of
highest
them.
like drunk driving mortality rate of any state. It's like there might be a correlation. You guys might want to stop that. But if you live in Mississippi, we don't need you anyway. So keep doing what you're doing.
True. Dude, some of the Midwest states are crazy. Like I just read something where I think it was like West Virginia or something, where a bunch of like correctional you're gonna do it. You're gonna let it happen. I fucking hate you.
That's why we got coasters.
Toaster's got it.
Okay.
What?
First of all, waste of alcohol.
Oh God, 2 drops.
But also like in Missouri, because I lived out there for a little bit.
I've
Yeah,
never. I pour champagne once a year, bro. Give me a break.
What? That's your excuse for watching it happen. You know exactly what's
Well,
gonna
what am I
happen.
gonna do? I got a broken hand.
This is what you do. You go lean forward and sip it.
And then knock over the glass. Knock over your fucking.
If you
china,
knew if
right?
you knew how to work that mouth,
Yeah.
you wouldn't have to work. No, but in Missouri, because I lived in Kansas for 2 years, but we go to Missouri all the time. We were going to St. Louis once, and I found out that you're allowed to have an open container per non-driver in the car. So
What?
Yeah,
Yeah.
So you can have an open there's 2 people driving the car. You can have one
Does it
open
matter how
container.
big the container is?
It's like a beer. I don't know, we just said a beer.
It's like I got one of these, but like
So you're allowed 1 per person, and so us being
just
irresponsible college kids,
1 jug of whiskey each.
no, we'd have a
triple X
cooler
on
of
it.
beer in the back, and then we'd be drinking. And when we finish, we're on the highway. We would just throw them out the window, and then open up. Here's our new 1 open container.
Yeah, completely legal.
No, I mean we were littering, so that's not good.
Yeah.
No.
But if you had like empties in there, you'd be fucked.
so.
But
so
if you just had 1
do empties
open,
count as open containers?
Well, that's the funny thing.
yeah, if you have an empty in there,
but
you
who's
can't
to
prove
say?
that you weren't
Who's to
drinking.
say?
Because
it's-
like there's so many times that you've just had a ton of empty beer cans in your.
I
car.
know, but that's what I'm saying. But who's to say I wasn't just recycling?
Because you
They're
don't
not in a
recycle.
bag?
Yeah, they're just crushed in the back of your fucking car.
So?
That doesn't mean you're recycling.
I was recycling after I drank.
Son, you want to get out of the car? You want to step out from
Yeah,
me
but
real
those were
quick?
from like last week.
I think
That's
we
what
should
I'm
have a
saying.
lawyer on the episode and like, hey, is this legal? Is this legal?
That should be the new segment. Is this legal?
That might be a good one, to be
Yeah.
honest. What about this? What if I do this?
Right.
Oh, speaking of fucking legal, guess who got their first jury duty summons?
You?
Yeah.
Oh well, now you're fucked because now they know you got it.
I don't give a fuck. I mean, no, I'm gonna go or do whatever I have to do, I guess. But I don't even know what to do.
Negroes,
I honestly,
white people, I hate them all. They're all guilty. Get out of my courtroom.
have you guys?
Thank you, guys.
You guys have been a jury duty, right?
No.
Both of you? No, neither of you.
I've
do you get out?
I got a summons once, and then I was going to school in Kansas, and so I was just like, can't be there. Sorry, I'm in school. And they're like, okay. That was pretty much it.
Oh, you got a summons from California, or
Yeah, from California
okay.
when I was living in Kansas. And they were just like, I'm in school. And I was like, I'll take care of it. So I was like, cool. And that was it.
Okay. What about you?
I never received the summons.
But if you did, what would you have had? What would you have done?
If I had gotten it,
If I ever got
if I ever got one, the thing is, I move around a lot, so therefore it's kind of hard for them to prove that I lived at that address.
So I had a law professor in college. He told us, he was like, best way to get out of it, ask for like a reschedule, and then ask for the week of Christmas, whatever week Christmas is.
Can I reschedule for
Not
1 year from now?
Not on Christmas Day, but like ask for like an extension, and you'll
Yeah.
be available that week of Christmas. Because nobody's fucking in court on that, you know. They'll be open, but no judge is gonna fucking, schedule that. And so it's just, he's like, that usually works for me. But he was also a lawyer, and he was just like, just do that. He's like, I always ask for an extension until the week of Christmas, and then it never happens. So, but he was also a short, white Jewish dude. So
They know how to fuck the system.
yeah, that's what he was telling us. So
Interesting.
Anyway,
Well, I'll figure it out. Because also,
I hate niggers.
I don't live where they sent. The
I hate
thing.
Eskimos.
I hate them all.
Yeah, because
If they don't look like me, they ain't right.
they'll send you home if you're racist.
Yeah.
Oh, cool. Then yes, I also.
I think that don't they ask you like
hate
if you're like if you're
ethnicities.
biased or something,
Bias in some kind of
in
way.
some sort of racial way or something?
Yeah.
Just say yes.
Like, what's the least common? I hate.
I go and I believe in trial by combat. This is all a farce. I brought the swords and knives. And
I don't like
figure it out.
I don't like people that are browner than I am. There's a spectrum. I'm where it stops.
Yeah.
Boom.
Trial by combat would be a good one.
Well, somebody actually like tried that once to get out of a parking ticket, like on
Yeah,
I saw that online.
I think I saw the video. It was like
It
this
got
old
denied.
white dude with
Yeah.
a big beard. He's like, I only go by trial by combat. Like, sir, it's a parking ticket.
So
I gotta fight the parking attendant.
I would love to see where someone's like, okay, go for it.
Yeah, let's go.
That'd be great. Can you imagine? Well, I mean, obviously it's
Trial by
unethical.
Well,
combat.
try by
Who
combat.
am I fighting? Do I get to see who
what
I'm
I'm saying.
fighting first?
But then
Well,
you gotta.
isn't that the whole thing where it's like you can choose a champion?
Well, that's just Game of Thrones.
Yeah.
First of all, isn't that a thing? Is trial by combat?
It
still a
used
fight?
to be. You used to have to shoot each other for.
Do you have
But
to
it
fight?
sounds like it still could be. But
If I have to fight the judge, I'm gonna fuck that judge up.
I'm pretty sure.
But
like,
it depends. If they get to choose a champion, I'm like, let me see who you pick first,
Yeah.
and then I'll decide. I'll pay the fine.
Yeah, because from what it sounds like from the story that I heard, it was denied, which means it's a possibility, but the judge has to accept it.
No, not in our U.S. Constitution. There's no law that allow that to happen in this country.
I don't know. I feel like there's certain old laws and shit. Where
Maybe in Mississippi,
you can probably still challenge
backwards-
somebody to a duel.
Yeah, you just get drunk and you go to your local fucking bar, motherfucker.
Okay, so I already told
You
this.
did
I
me
was like,
wrong.
Motherfucker.
I
You
said,
parked in front of my house, and I told you not to. Come on, it's me and you, buddy.
You fucked my daughter.
I already said that before I die, I want to get in an actual sword fight, and I'm okay with it. That's how I
An
die.
actual sword fight?
Yeah, and so I'm pretty cool
You know, you
with
can
if
just
I
join
can just.
fencing.
I don't
That's
an
a sword
actual
fight.
sword fight.
That's
No,
an
I've
actual
done.
sword
Well, then
fight.
I've already done that.
Then you've already done that.
Yeah, so you've been in a sword fight.
But like, I don't know if I can describe it, but an actual like
Like to the death.
dangerous.
Oh,
sword
they
fight.
have medieval like sword fighting you can join up and do. Have you never seen
what-
that shit? The
I've
medieval,
seen that shit.
the medieval MMA when they're in the full like
yeah, dude.
armor.
That shit
like,
is gnarly. You ever seen that?
I have seen it. Maybe I will.
do that shit.
Do that. Yeah. See how much head trauma you get.
Oh, dude,
Good.
my favorite one is like those dudes are sword fighting, and then one homie just like came out with the fucking high kick and just like fucking just
Yeah.
clipped this dude and just down.
The first time I saw it, I was like, "Where the fuck do I sign up?" for this?
I'm not signing up. I'm gonna go watch.
No,
I'm gonna
dude.
get
I
fucked
want to
up.
watch it
I
though.
wanna
Where-
get-
Why don't they do that at the
I
Ren
want to
Fair?
get. I want to get so drunk, and somebody put me in some armor, and I'm gonna go fuck some shit up, and then
You are gonna get hit once in the head.
Yeah.
and you're going down,
it'll be great.
and then your other wrist will be broken.
That makes sense. I think that'll happen.
I like it,
Oh God.
but it'd be fun for those 2 seconds.
I'd rather watch. You'll be pumped up and be having a good time when you're putting all that armor on and grabbing your sword. But
Fuck
as soon as
yeah.
that whistle blows and that motherfucker from across the ring starts coming at you, you're gonna shit yourself.
Oh man,
Oh man.
I don't know.
I've seen it happen, man. I used to coach like freshman football. Them kids would be hyped before the game. As soon as they get in there, they would lose everything, and they were just done. Like, you were a monster at practice. What happened? When it counts.
I don't know, man.
You guys want to start a league? We'll start a league where we just start fighting with sword.
I'm down.
Medieval fight.
Medieval fights.
Apparently,
Medieval fight club.
Yeah.
Apparently, my neighbor is a saber instructor, which is pretty cool.
That's cool.
He instructs sabers.
Well, because fencing, there's different types. Because I took fencing as an elective in college because you just got to pick shit.
Yeah.
So there's like, saber, epee, and foil. There's just 3 different types of.
Oh, I can make a sword out of foil.
But it's like they all have different rules. They're all shaped slightly differently or whatever.
Yeah.
But it's cool because saber's the one that I enjoyed the most. That's like the pirate stuff where it just slashes and shit like that.
I'd rather do jousting.
Jousting? I feel
That
like
sounds
it's
scary
fucking.
as shit, dude.
Fuck no, you gotta do is hold it. Hold it right. Aim for the
I
chest.
don't know about that. I feel like there's a lot of worse. There's really bad things that could happen in jousting.
Yeah, you get knocked off the horse.
The horse could fuck up, and you could
What
die.
am I gonna do? Am I gonna get knocked off a horse? I'm gonna get my arm cut off, neck slashed. I'd rather get knocked off a horse.
I'd rather
and walk away.
I'd rather
I mean,
be able
I
to
might get
fight.
pulled away.
I think I'm very much. I would rather depend on myself than
Has
a
anyone
lot of
died
external.
from jousting?
Yes, absolutely.
Sure there has.
100% there has been.
Nah, they're all right. I've been to medieval times. They always get out.
That's some fake jousting, bro.
Nah, it's real. It's real. I was 10. That shit was real.
Wow.
You know, it's actually like much better. Have you been to the Tournament of Kings in Vegas?
Yeah, no, actually, when
That shit's fucking way doper than medieval
No, I
times.
agree.
They actually look like they're trying to fucking kill each other, dude.
They live in Vegas and they're doing that show all the time. They're probably just frustrated.
Yeah,
Just like,
I remember
fuck it.
watching it. I'm like, that motherfucker's really gonna kill that guy. And they
gonna
got
die.
They got midgets and boobs and magic and stuff.
that's
It's,
cool.
it's way better.
You had me at midgets. I'm in.
Oh,
I want to check it out.
not boobs.
Yeah, the
I
Renaissance.
mean, you had me at midgets.
I just call the Renaissance
right.
like titties and turkey legs.
Yeah,
pretty
it
much-
is. Pancake titty. A lot of pancake titty.
No,
What
but
is
they
it, like,
but they wear
super
the
duper squishy?
they
Yeah.
squish them up to the chin and then
That's what I'm saying. Even some of the ones that are so like squid, you know what I mean? Like they're already saggy pancake tits.
Oh,
but,
yeah.
but they're, since they're like,
when they had that
so
little
they're,
dip right here.
so they're so high up, like they look like they're like in a waffle maker.
Yeah,
You know?
just a pancake batter.
Yeah.
They're not done yet.
Yeah,
keep them in there.
It's like a can of biscuits just oozing out.
Ew.
oh shit.
Or like, you know when you over microwave a hot pocket and like the cheese oozes out the side, like that's
Yeah.
what their titties look like
All right.
Just gross.
with turkey leg juice falling
I thought
all
we were supposed to talk about Star Wars.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. Do I?
Speaking of pancake titty,
Hold on. Let it begin. I don't know if I can get pulled for this. I'd rather not find out. But let's start our Star Wars talk, you guys.
All right.
So
first of all, Mandalorian.
we start off with the Mandalorian for
Let's start with that.
sure. Non-spoiler, if we can try and do that. I'm looking at you.
Fuck that, Baby
Manley.
Yoda.
Yes, Baby Yoda's the thing. We can talk about things that are in pop culture, like Baby Yoda, for instance.
I guess the guy, the creator, is like mad that people were calling it Baby Yoda. 'cause
What the
it
fuck are we
seems
supposed to
be
call
the
it?
What are we
child.
supposed to call it?
The child.
The child.
We're
But
not
it's like,
gonna do
fuck
that.
you.
We're not
Fuck
gonna do
you.
that.
You
No.
made, it
It's a
looks like
Baby
Yoda.
Yoda.
It's a baby. It's Baby Yoda.
It's
If he thinks
Be
we're
happy
gonna-
that people were talking about your show and what you created,
Right?
motherfucker, complaining. Oh,
if he wants me to call that shit the child, he can fucking duel me.
name
It's
it
either-
the child, call it the child.
it's either Baby Yoda or Green Gizmo. I mean, which one?
Gizmo.
No.
I like that one. That's cute. That's
Yeah,
cute.
I guess a little bit. I can see that.
Well, no, I saw a picture where it's like Gizmo side by Baby Yoda, and it's like when you got the same daddy but different mamas, or same mama but different daddy, or something
Yeah.
like that.
I said no. The Mandalorian I really enjoyed. I thought it was going to be something different when I first started watching it.
The Mandalorian.
Mandalorian. But then no, it
Turn it
just, it kept me hooked, and I really enjoyed it.
Yeah.
I thought Gina Carano was great, and Gina Carano.
This is my favorite thing I've seen her in.
yeah, because most times
She's
she's
dope.
been a bad actress, in my opinion. But
Yeah,
she's gotten better.
Exactly, and
she-
that's
she
one
found
thing.
something that really fit her.
I think
What
this
else
is
has she
society.
been in? I haven't seen. I don't really know.
I think her first thing was
Haywire.
and then she's been in like kind of like how what's her face? Remember me. Ronda Rousey was in a bunch of shit all at once, and like she's a really bad actress.
She's so bad.
I will say this: Gina Carano's always been better. She was in Deadpool.
Yeah, Gina Carano was in Deadpool.
She was less angry Rosie O'Donnell.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Yeah. But she's always
less angry Rosie O'Donnell.
But yeah, like she's progressively gotten better, and I always respect those actors and actresses. Or I think they all want to be actors now. Like right, it's not actresses is not like a thing. Whatever. I appreciate people that are like, okay, I just need to get better, and they just do. And I'm like, there's plenty of actors out there where I'm just like, oh, okay, I don't like that, but then they get better.
You don't see that often with like athletes becoming actors and actually being good.
Yeah.
I mean, can you name any other? I mean, The Rock, but
well, no, that's the whole thing. But think there's way more that fail and don't come back. Way more
shitty actors who are athletes.
Like
Shaquille
after
O'Neal.
the Rock, yeah, you get Shaquille, you have Triple H tried it,
hey,
fucking a bunch of other WWE
Kazam
stars.
was Oscar worthy, bro.
God damn it,
fucking Kazam, bro.
But no, she did a good job, and I think Gina Carano, I think Gina Carano deserves a lot more respect. I'm sorry, I've been drinking. Deserves a lot more respect than she's been given in terms of, I mean, acting with this one, and just in terms of MMA. Because I think she gets passed over a lot, and people like to give her crown to Ronda Rousey as like putting women's MMA on the map. Even though Gina Carano did it years before.
Yeah, absolutely. I would say
Yeah.
the only thing is, I mean, it wasn't as popular nearly.
Maybe you could say it wasn't as popular because it wasn't in the UFC. I mean, was it Strikeforce, Elite XC, whatever it was on Showtime? They were doing their thing, and they were like the UFC's competitor. And if it wasn't for Gina Carano being on Elite XC and putting women's MMA on TV, it would have never got to the point where it would have made it to the UFC from the get-go.
True.
You know?
I agree.
And so I think, and people like to look over Gina Carano on that aspect a lot, and it makes me mad, and that's why I also resent Ronda Rousey on top of a bunch of
She's
other
also
things.
really pretty.
Oh, she's gorgeous.
Yeah.
And she would fuck all of us up.
Yeah. All of us. 100%.
She's got these shoulders that like make like she's got these big ass shoulders. Like she's so intimidating.
She's pedigree, man. Her dad played in the NFL.
Oh, really?
Yeah, her dad was a quarterback for the fucking the Cowboys back in the day.
Yeah.
Like athletic family.
Yeah.
That's like when she started acting, I really wanted her to be good so I could just watch her more. I
didn't want to see her fight again after Cyborg whooped her ass because it was like, oh, please don't do that.
I never really got into any sort of MMA. Oddly
I've been
enough.
into it for years.
But it might just because I don't like to follow sports. Like if it's on, I'll be like, oh shit, like that's cool to watch. But I don't care about following sports. I barely even care about like following anything, to be honest.
Fighting would be the only thing that would be right up your alley, but I don't know why you don't watch it.
Yeah.
Right? Well, I don't know because like I've played soccer. I love playing soccer. I don't care about watching it.
Well, because soccer's boring as shit. That's why.
Fuck both of you. Soccer's fun to watch.
I've never played basketball, but I like watching that a little bit. Yeah. But like fighting, I just like watching a little bit of it. I don't want like 2 hours of fighting.
Does it make you feel uneasy or you just get bored?
I don't care. Yeah, I'm bored.
Oh, okay.
I'm just like, okay, I get it. Like they're good. Like I like to watch clips, like highlights of fights, because it's like I don't really. I think it's just I feel like I have better things that I want to do, including like just watching a movie or playing a game. Like I feel like that serves me personally.
Yeah.
Better than watching any sort of sport.
I guess.
Well, no, that was just me going up because that's what you were saying. It's like you'd think that would be right up my alley, which it is. Yeah, technically, I just won't follow it.
Yeah. Did you play sports growing up?
I played soccer mostly. I tried baseball. That was boring as fuck. And I've done karate as an adult.
So that makes sense. Not in a negative way, but like I grew up playing sports, so I love most sports, and I love the competition aspect of it. I love athleticism.
That's the playing part. I like being involved.
No, I know. I get that playing, but I can watch something and appreciate that part of it, even not being involved.
Oh, got it.
The lack of the level of athleticism, like especially professional people have to be able to do the things they do and make it just look so effortless.
Yep.
Easy.
I think that's an interesting thing because I also that also translates into my acting thing. And he knows this about me. I don't watch old movies.
Yeah.
I can learn so much. There's so many great actors, great cinematography, great everything. I just haven't decided. I was like, that just doesn't appeal to me as in my head as like I should look up this old thing. I think all this new stuff I can kind of see the essence of the older things. not necessarily the pioneers, but definitely the amalgamation of this stuff that people have learned from the pioneers.
Absolutely. Because I'm also in the TV and film and things like that, but I think watching old movies are great because you see where we came from and you see where a lot of ideas now are inspired by and where they go. But nobody fucking acts like that anymore. Nobody makes movies like that anymore. So if you watch those old movies and think that's what I'm going to do to try to every
time I watch it, it's like I'm watching an old school. I feel like I'm watching an old school play.
But
this is where I think it's kind of important though, because especially if you're being a student of film and whatnot, like you definitely need to watch that stuff to get it down to the bare bones to know where it's not the flashy special effects, so you can take apart what it is for what it was then, and then where we're at now was inspired by all this stuff, but by taking away all the flashy effects and all that stuff and just watching just the bare bones version of that, I think is important.
Yes, it's important, but we still have those bare bones style of movies that come out now. It's just like nobody watches them, and so it's just you can get away from the flashy blockbuster things, and you can still find
what's the last like really good movie, like not necessarily the flashy like we all saw Star Wars and shit like that.
I
but
really like this year.
Yeah, most recent or one that pops up.
I think it came out this year on VOD. It wasn't even a wide release movie.
Yeah, because there's plenty of like really good stuff.
I think Ryan saw it too. I think we talked about it. It was Under the Silver Lake.
Yeah.
That was with Andrew Garfield, right?
Yeah, Garfield. Under the Silver Lake. It was just like this weird neo-noir like movie.
The trailers didn't capture me. I was like, I don't really get what the fuck I'm looking at.
Watch it. I think
Is it on?
It's on Amazon.
Amazon? Okay, I can check that.
I think it's out on Hulu.
But like, have you seen Marriage Story or like?
No. Reason I didn't watch Marriage Story is like I saw like clip online that everybody was like fucking drooling over them fighting in the apartment and that weak ass punch he threw at the wall.
Yeah.
And people were
I don't even know what you guys are talking about.
A Marriage Story with Adam Driver.
Yeah, I saw that too. I remember in high school, like one of our friends punched a wall. I'm like, that's how you punch a wall. Yeah. And his entire hand was broken.
Yeah.
And then, but it was just, people were like, oh my God, I can't believe like that was written and there was no improv in it. And it's just like, you people are so fucking basic. Like that scene, look. I grew up with white people. They fight like that, like weekly.
Yeah.
Like there was nothing interesting about that fight. They have that all the time. I've heard those fights through the walls.
Word.
There was nothing interesting about that shit. But so I know there's probably more to that story than that. But I was just so annoyed seeing that clip over and over and over again on Twitter, and people just like lambasting it, like, oh, it's so great. Like they're so.
What is
like,
it? Just
awesome.
It's just an argument between like
they were having an argument,
a real argument. Yeah,
it was a real argument. It was intense, but it was just like a basic.
He was having some real talk with some real folk.
Yeah, it was a basic argument that you have in a relationship, and I wish you were dead. Like it just,
I wasted my best years on you.
Like I'm saying, like there was probably more to the story than I am giving it credit for. But just that scene,
based off
how
of that,
people were going off like, oh my God.
So would you say then you were spoiled and that ruined it?
No, the fact that people were surprised, like, oh, I can't believe like it was written and like everything was like written and none of that was like improv.
Have you seen a play in your life?
You fucking assholes! Of course it was written. You think you're gonna improv an whole goddamn movie? We did that one time. How'd that work out? Remember Tender?
Yeah.
Don't fucking improv a goddamn movie. Stick to the fucking script, assholes. But that's what I'm saying. Like people. I don't know. It was just a hype, and it was just like, this is just. I'm not saying it's mediocre. Those are two phenomenal actors, and like I said, the whole movie's probably great. But it was just that scene and just the celebration of just mediocrity was just like, fuck you.
Yeah.
I'm not watching this.
Fair enough. I haven't seen it, so I can't say if there's anything better. But going to your point, I have seen that one scene, and I was in the same camp where I was like, why is this what you guys are impressed by?
Why are you getting all wet over this fucking argument between these two? Like, I don't get it. Like, I didn't get it. And then it was just like, I'm not watching this shit, man.
I like the whole it wasn't improv thing. I'm like, yeah. Have you ever seen a play? Like I've done an entire like however many hours without having to like stop because that's how you do things. That's how you start acting.
Yeah, they don't just turn on the camera like, oh, just start talking. Let's see what happens.
Yeah,
no,
like,
you fucking asshole. They're all professionals. We got shit to do today. What do you want me to do?
Yeah. Only
right,
recently, on camera acting, have I been like, oh wait, that was cool. That I just like made up a whole bunch of shit. Like, yeah, it's fine. It looked cool. But I also did like 3 other takes where I did something different, so they had shit to work with.
That's what you're supposed to do
on camera. But as a play, you go out there and whatever the fuck you say is what is on display.
And so that annoys me more about anything with like film. It's just like people celebrating mediocrity. I'm like, there's nothing great about this. There's nothing like
No,
different or groundbreaking. It's two white people arguing in an apartment about their shitty relationship. That happens every day.
You've seen that James Earl Jones when he's in Fences, right?
Oh, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bro.
Talk about some intense
Like
shit.
dude.
I haven't seen
Oh my
what you're talking
God.
about.
It's when it was, he's doing it on Broadway.
Yeah.
Because you know that.
Was that what it was? Because Fences was
It is
It's
a
a Denzel movie,
Denzel
yeah,
movie.
but it's
But it
early.
was a play?
It's a play originally.
And
It's
James Earl
and
Jones,
James Earl
yeah.
Jones plays the Denzel part in the movie.
Nice.
But it's like in his early years in the on Broadway.
I would see. That's something I would love to see.
It's
live.
fucking great. Yeah. And so they have the YouTube clip on. You can check it out. But it's like, it's like, man, you get chills just watching it. And it's just a camera with him and the actor that plays his son like on stage.
Yeah.
And it's
So like watching like that scene, that Fences
fucking-
scene, it's just like you sit back and you watch that and you're just like, oh shit, you feel that intensity.
Yeah.
That marriage story bullshit is something you hear like through the wall, like, shut the fuck up. Like I'm trying to sleep. Like, God damn it.
I have a fucking kid.
Yeah.
He's trying to sleep.
But if I heard like that James Earl Jones shit, I'd be like, oh fuck.
Yeah.
He's in trouble. Like, yo.
That's true. Yeah,
Damn, it's just like, shut the fuck up, man. You guys do this shit every weekend. I'm trying to sleep. It's
wanna
Saturday.
know what? And you know what I was just thinking too is I was trying to think of like the best arguments I've seen like in film, like in cinema. And one of the best ones I think of is in Knocked Up. When he's arguing with
I didn't read the baby books.
Yeah.
and
what did people do before the fucking baby books?
and they're arguing about that, and he's arguing about how like, or when Paul Rudd's character like when he's ditching his wife and stuff to go fucking play fantasy baseball and shit, and he's just like, well, like you guys need their guy time. Like that's what leads up to like it's just that one little thing.
Yeah.
It escalates into all this other shit. Yeah, and then he talks about the baby books, and then he says, why don't you go fuck your bong? I will fuck it. Doggy style.
Doggy style for once.
For once, yeah. It's like that's one of I remember watching that and I'm like, dude, that is like one of the most spot on.
Because it's
kinda,
different.
Yeah.
You know, the whole thing like, oh, I fucking hate you. I wasted my 20s on you. Like, shut the fuck up. That's life, bro. Like, get over it. You know? But like, it was different take. But that marriage story was just like,
I think the whole thing is it resonates with different people. But I understand
what kind of people?
Different people. I'm sorry. I started busting up when we were talking about that because I was remembering when he hit the wall and all I could picture was Kylo Ren throwing a tantrum with his lightsaber.
Yeah.
He's just like, I wasted my 20s on you.
Did you guys ever watch Girls?
No.
Okay.
Only clips, just because that's the only time. Once I heard of Adam Driver, I went back to clips of Girls to see who he was.
Adam Driver in Girls is great.
I only know he's in Girls because of Will Sasso doing Arnold Schwarzenegger watching
Girls.
The Last Jedi.
Oh, he's from Girls. He's great. Like,
He's like, oh, that's that guy from Girls. He's real good.
Yeah. No, but he has a couple scenes like that where not freak out scenes, but just like weird. His character is just fucking weird dude. He has so I remember when I first watched The Force Awakens where he already got shot and he kept like punching his side like I'm good. There was a scene.
I thought that was that's
was
a really good
but it made me laugh in the theater because there was a scene in the series Girls where he's driving his shitty girlfriend and her friend to go pick up the other friend from rehab and they're listening to some Maroon 5 song on the radio and they're singing it and he's just sitting there driving and they're just singing and he just kind of snaps and just starts punching the fucking like radio and then it just cuts down and stops and he just keeps driving and they just like look at him and just says nothing. Just keeps going. So when he was like punching his side in the first Star Wars, it just took my mind there and just made me laugh.
That sounds great though.
But yeah, in that show he's like this huge just sexual deviant, sober, former alcoholic, fucking weirdo. And so, but it's good. He's good in that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's good in Star Wars.
Yeah,
No, I think he's a great actor.
He's a great actor. I just watched this other thing on Amazon he did, the Report.
Yeah, I've heard of that.
Yeah, The Report.
And then he's like a reporter looking into something, but then he starts getting into it, and like his boss is like
For the torture stuff that we did, that the U.S. did, when they were trying to hide their torture program. He was one of
the U.S., aka us.
Yeah, he played the main guy who helped uncover that.
Yeah.
Adam Driver's great in everything he does.
Which is, I just watched his TED Talk last night, to be honest, and it was a long time ago that I think he did it, where he was talking about going from the Marines to being an actor and stuff like that, and I thought it was very interesting.
Didn't he say some shit like he drove out to L.A. to try to like make it, and he was
Yeah,
there
and
for like a week?
Yeah,
in Santa Monica
he's
in his car, and then
I don't
just
know if
drove
he
back to Ohio.
I don't know if he was actually exaggerating, but he's like, I was here for like 48 hours in Santa Monica, and then I just drove back.
Yeah.
Huh. Well, it didn't work.
Is it going to work in 2 days?
Exactly. but then he enlisted, and then he I think he got hurt, and then he hurt. Not even related to being in the Navy. I think he said it was like a motorcycle or biking accident or something.
Like
mountain
lifting
biking.
weights or
Yeah,
something.
that's what got him out of the Marines.
And then
It's
he's
like,
like,
yeah,
well, I
got
guess I'll
some
try
accident.
acting again.
That's what happened.
He actually got himself. He got hurt on a mountain bike. I think, and then he got up and he just started punching his side, and it didn't work. So he's like, oh, I guess I'll be an actor.
No, those stories always make me like super jealous from being real. When you're like Adam Driver, like, oh, I was in the Marines and they got hurt, and I'm like, oh, I'm gonna try this acting thing, and just fucking made it.
Yeah.
Same guy who played Dr. Manhattan in The Watchmen.
Yeah.
He was an architect.
And the TV show.
Very successful architect, yeah. And then got fired, lost his job, and he's like, all right, I guess I'll try this acting thing. And like went to Juilliard, now doing what he's doing.
In defense of Adam Driver, he tried first to be an actor.
True.
Failed.
True.
Quote
I'll give
unquote
you that,
failed.
yeah.
Then went to the Marines because he didn't know what to do.
Yeah.
And then he's like, you know what? This is what I want to do. So he went back to it. And I'm sure whatever he learned in the Marines taught him to buckle down and actually start like really going for it, as opposed to being here for 2 days and then saying, I'm good. I'll go back.
I'm like, fuck it, I'm gonna go home.
Yeah, exactly. And I think a lot of it boils down to that is really the drive of a certain people. I myself have noticed in my own life that I do better. I'm more progressive when I have bad things happen. Like, I need to get out of this situation so I excel versus I'm comfortable and I just want to do something.
Yeah.
So it makes sense in that way. That I don't know the story behind the guy from Mr. Manhattan.
No,
Doctor.
Obviously, there's
Hey
probably
man,
some
he didn't
years in
go to med school for you to call him Mister.
Exactly.
Fucking Dr. Ken Jeong. Yeah. He's
Yeah.
an actual doctor.
Yeah,
It's crazy.
yeah.
Ooh, but then I saw his stand up and like he's not good live because he's still not used to it.
Nope.
He's like shaky and like and I get it.
He's been doing stand up for years. Like, I knew him he used to be on BET's Comic View way back in the day. It's just Dr. Ken.
Really?
I saw one of his specials recently
so
and I was like, this is not good.
That's why I knew him from before. Like, he was decent like then, but that was years ago before he started acting.
Yeah.
He was just like Dr. Ken. He had this joke. It was like calligraphy. That's all I remember from it. But yeah, so he'd been doing stand up for a while before he got into acting.
You know who's been doing stand up for a while? And
Ryan.
I watched the
Ryan
special.
D.
No,
Oh.
I watched the special. It wasn't good at all. It was Adam Devine.
Oh, dude, he never played me as someone who would be good at stand up.
Oh my god, dude! I mean,
I've never
he's-
seen his stand up.
Workaholics is a different level.
That's what I'm
Like,
saying.
it's so funny, and he has the best lines and like best like improv lines and shit in that show. But
I think he would be a great host. From what I've seen.
probably, yeah. But yeah, dude, he was. I mean, fuck. I was like, it's not funny.
Yeah.
It's just a lot of member berries and like just like remember when Cheerios came with like
Oh, I was like, what's a member berry? Is that
member? It's like member berries were. I don't know where the fuck
Nostalgia.
it came from. It's just
South Park.
nostalgia. It's from South
By the way,
Park.
I like
right?
your hair. I don't know if it like mentioned that.
Oh,
I've been looking at him like, this is good. I actually have never been like a fan of like really long hair. This is nice.
thank you.
Go.
You tell me that every time I cut it short.
Oh, well then there you go. I didn't even notice that.
Thank you.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's just kind of
Member
weird. Anyway, so we all watched Mandalorian. We all finished it, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I saw this real this goes back to what we were talking about when you guys walked into the fucking synthwave. There was this awesome Mandalorian synthwave thing. I was like, whoa.
That's Leo.
Well, you know it's
Well, I know that's Leo.
it was scored by Trent Reznor. Right?
What?
Oh, really? The
Mandalorian?
Mandalorian? Yeah, I think I heard that, and that's awesome.
Atticus Ross and Trent Reznor? Or was it just Trent Reznor?
I think it's just Trent Reznor.
Okay.
But then there was like, I think it's this, and I don't care because we don't monetize anything anyway. But I'm gonna play this in 3 seconds.
You don't want to play the UFC
Yeah, you
gym
don't
ad?
want to go to UFC, Jim?
Why are you listening to me, UFC?
Composed by Ludwig.
Ludwig.
Yeah, the score is great.
Yeah.
Amazing. But then, dude, this like I just
We'll
love
play
this.
and we'll
I'll
talk
put,
about
it's
it,
in the
yeah.
back. I'll put it in the background, but yeah.
No, I was gonna say my favorite part of this entire Mandalorian, out of all 8 episodes, were episode 8, where the 2 scout troopers had Baby Yoda, and they're just sitting there parked outside, just
Oh
like
my God,
talking.
That's a 100% Taika moment.
Yes,
That
and they
was-
couldn't shoot the fucking can.
Yeah,
too.
they couldn't shoot the can, and then when he bit him, and they were punching the. It turns out that was Jason Sudeikis and Adam
I
Pally.
knew it was Jason
I knew it was
Sudeikis,
Jason
yeah.
Sudeikis, but
That's
I
why
didn't know
people
the
are
other one
mad
was
at
Adam
Jason
Pally.
Sudeikis now.
They're mad at him.
Because he punched the baby.
Oh God.
Oh, fuck you. But that scene was great. That
It was
scene
so
was
good, yeah.
fucking great.
Yeah.
It makes me just want like an offshoot like Star Wars movie where
Or the
just
buddy
you
cop thing?
follow like two shitty
Two
like
shitty-
those two troopers.
Those 2 troopers,
Just
yes.
do a whole
Chips,
movie.
but with stormtroopers.
Just do a whole movie with those 2 scout troopers with Jason Sudeikis and Adam Pally,
Yeah.
and it would be fucking amazing.
It was so funny.
Yeah. Yeah, like when they pulled down, they couldn't shoot the
You
fucking
couldn't shoot the
thing.
fucking
He's
can,
like, you
yeah.
just want to see the baby. He's like, well, you punch it kind of hard, it could be like dead.
I know. Yeah. It
And
was.
bit his finger. Like that was my favorite out of the whole season. Like
Yeah.
the whole season was great, but that one scene, it was just like that's fucking perfect.
Yeah.
You know?
I mean, everyone's overall opinion of it. What do you guys think? I thought it was
Mandalorian,
fucking. I thought it was awesome.
Outside
think-
of that one episode with the village,
Yes.
everything else was great.
I think so, too. And it took.
I will take what you said, and I'll trade the village for the stupid young bounty hunter one. I'd rather have the
No,
village.
that was cool.
Young
Nope.
bounty hunter one.
Yeah, where they're on Tatooine.
Where they're on Tatooine and that one guy.
I will
Mando
trade.
to
I will
help him.
trade the village episode for that one because
To go get-
I hated.
They had to go capture
Everyone.
that other girl, Mulan.
Oh, that one.
Yeah,
Yeah, they had to
yeah.
get Mulan. That's not
Yeah,
a racial
yeah.
thing. She was. The
Yeah.
voice
No,
of Mulan. But, yeah, they had to go get Mulan.
Shout out Hua Mulan.
Yeah, I forget her name. She's on Agents
Ming
of
Cha-
S.H.I.E.L.D. too.
Ming
Wang.
Ming
God,
Hua
this
Chen.
all sounds fucking racist.
Ming.
Are you guys sure?
Ming Hua Chen.
I think it's Ming. It's like Ming Wang.
I think it's Ho Chi Minh.
Yeah.
Fuck you.
Shoot a load on your chin.
She did. Want my buffet? You fucking gay? No, she did. She was on. Yeah, no, she was on Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.
Yeah.
And yeah, she was Mulan.
Ming Hua Chen. Something. Either way, yeah.
Everybody
no,
on
I'd
the
much
phone-
rather-
Okay,
I would
Ming Na
mu-
Wen.
Ming Na Wen. I was close. It rhymed.
Everybody in the phone book named Chang.
Want to see my Wang?
Shout out Brandon DiCamillo.
DiCamillo.
DiCamillo. Yeah.
Anyway.
No, but I'd much rather have the village episode than that episode. That one was stupid. I hated Friends with Candy actress. I hated her. I hated
Oh yeah.
the
Who's vibrating?
The old woman, Garrett. The woman. No, like I like that one more. The village one just seemed really. You're not going to teach these band of fucking farmers to find off these like scavengers in a day using fucking wooden spears and a pool.
Yeah.
Or the ATSC to fall in. Like it was just that seemed like a filler episode to me.
Yeah, it did. Yeah, I really like the. Well, then I mean, a couple of them were kind of, I guess fillers.
You can't say, but the one with Bill Burr, I thought that was.
I thought that was a great episode
Yeah.
too, and it definitely set up that you'll probably see these characters again.
Yeah. So, I mean, it worked for me.
Yeah, I think it did a great job of doing basically what it was supposed to be, is a setup for future things.
Yeah. Yeah, I think Jon Favreau already tweeted there's going to be a season 2.
Yeah, fall 2020.
And if Disney Plus isn't getting these other shows going, I might have to cancel my subscription until then.
That's true.
Because I'm like, what the
Because
fuck
I'm
is it?
I'm running out of shit to watch too.
Yeah.
I did the year. I did the year because it was like on a fucking discount or whatever.
Yeah.
But
We still don't know when
either
we're
way,
getting-
you still get all the other movies, and then you get new content. I don't know when all the other stuff is coming on, but there will be new things before the next year.
That's true, but there's also new things like on Netflix I need to watch, and Amazon I need to watch, and fucking Hulu I need to watch. And so I'm like, if I'm all in there and I'm not going to Disney, which I can't see me going back and watching more episodes of Darkwing Duck and shit.
I've been watching Spider-Man,
Yeah.
the '90s Spider-Man.
And so I know it's going to be there. Those are going to be there, so I can put that on pause.
Yeah.
And so it's just like I need something, a new show. I'm like, I know it's only $7, but why am I going to throw $7 away if I'm not using the goddamn platform?
Well, I'm still on your Netflix, so you can just take mine.
So I'm feeling the same way about HBO right now.
Yeah.
It's like all my HBO shows are done, so I'm like, what the fuck am I watching? But all right, so we all, I guess, agree then The Mandalorian was a good show.
Yeah.
How did we all feel about the rise
Okay, I want
Skywalker.
Garrett to go first, and I want like first impression because like
We are having a podcast.
I know we are, but
what the
I got a voicemail. I'm making sure it's not an emergency.
You know, with iPhones, they do the text, so you can just read it.
Yeah, but it's a voicemail.
Yeah. You
Oh,
can
no,
read
you
it.
mean a voice to text?
No,
it'll
your voicemail.
your voicemail
text?
will it'll text it out for you.
Yeah.
Okay.
See, look. Please send me the story work.
Nice. I think I also have that, but I have, dude, my phone's all backed up. It's like low memory space, and there's all this shit that I have no idea. Like I have to clean it out. Somehow.
Yeah, okay.
Whatever. I just haven't done it, but it doesn't sound like it's an emergency. So, say it again.
So what
First
did you
impressions
think
of
the Rise of Skywalker?
I really enjoyed a lot of it, and I think I would love to watch it again to catch the nuances. I am just somewhat disappointed in the lack of it meaning anything to me.
Yes.
That's my summary. That's my tweet. If I had to put one out.
Yes, there are things I liked about it, but overall, for me, it was still kind of a dud.
Yeah, like it did make me feel like fuck. That was amazing. Like when I walked out of Infinity War and Endgame, I felt weight. I felt weight.
Yeah, because we saw it together. We walked out. I was like, "What did you think?" You're like, "Yeah, it's okay."
Yeah, coming out of this,
Yeah.
I was like, all right, whatever.
Yeah.
I guess that's done with now.
"Yeah."
The stakes weren't so high as they
Exactly, and it was so instant that you realized that the stakes weren't there at all.
Yeah.
If they had left any sort of like cliffhanger till the end or a good amount of time, or like, oh fuck, they're gonna do that. Like going back to Mandalorian,
It was just too much.
Yeah.
They were trying to cover too much over that fucking movie. They needed to slow down.
Yeah.
It was just going from thing to thing to thing to thing to thing. We got to get the thing to get to this thing to get to that thing.
Yeah.
To
But that's
end it
because
all.
but I feel like there was a lot of fixing from
You didn't need to fix the Last Jedi.
I know, but you know that's,
yes, and that's what I was saying. Like that's such a bad decision to try and fix something. You can clarify. You can definitely go in a different direction, but like not just be like, nope, fuck everything we did on that movie. Like the whole like I'm trying not no spoilers. I'm trying to not spoil it.
Well,
It's
I mean,
been out for long enough now. Like, so we can
Either way, there was like
if you haven't
there's
seen it,
there was just a lot of stuff that they just
Pause.
decided to like not actually follow through with any.
that's what I'm trying to talk about.
Yeah.
Without getting like I feel like we can spoil these little things
little
because
bit.
it's like these things are like the things that we thought were gonna exactly like the whole thing with what's her name the Asian
Rose.
chick Rose was just non-existent anymore.
because
She's just gone.
because she got so much hate online. Like, all the fans don't. It's the same shit that they did to Finn. I'm more upset at this movie than what they did to Finn, and just like felt like he was a wasted character who was there just to scream Ray. You know?
yeah,
Like,
he didn't really do much.
fucking nothing. You know, because you went to the first movie.
He
it
had
was
his
great,
hero moment like in the last movie, and then
but here's the thing, like. He got so much hate from when the trailer dropped. There was all that fucking racist trolls online that there was a black stormtrooper.
Right.
He got all this hate. They took him off the fucking poster when they were like premiering the movie in China, and he's supposed to be a main character, but they took him off the fucking poster because Chinese people can't deal with fucking black people. Fuck you, Disney. Number 3. You kind of set it up in the first movie that he had a thing for Ray, and him and Ray were
Yeah,
would be a
totally.
thing. You didn't want to do that because Disney, you're a bunch of fucking cowards.
But
You
they-
can't have a black dude and a white girl kissing your goddamn movie.
they started
Suck my
lesbian.
dick.
They started a lesbian. The whole lesbian.
the whole
thing.
lesbian thing. Let's do for like half a second in the background. We'll have 2
Yeah.
girls making out so we can shut the fucking fags up. Like it
when
was
did
just
that happen?
exactly,
yeah.
fucking exactly.
Yeah.
It was just they were just trying to pander and trying to make everybody happy. It's like tell a goddamn story that you already set up.
Yeah.
and it was just a fucking. It was infuriating, you know. Even if like I thought Ray and Finn should have been together. Even if you didn't want to do that. Even if you made like Poe and Finn like a thing, I would have
was-
been fine with that.
Or
like I would have been cool with that
I actually,
too. But it was,
I liked how I felt at the end of Rise of what was the last one? Last Jedi.
Yeah.
Where it didn't seem like she was going to end up with any of them.
and I would
That
have
would have been fine.
I would have been fine with that. But here's the thing: like you end the last
Like-
Jedi.
like-
The
like-
Last Jedi, you're nobody. Your parents were fucking nobody.
Yeah.
Anybody could be a Jedi. You get away from that midichlorian shit. Anybody could be a Jedi. You don't have to be royalty to be able to wield power and make change in the universe. Do your thing. Believe in yourself and do you. I think is a better message than like, oh no, shit, you're a Palpatine. Oh shit, you're a Skywalker.
Oh, spoilers.
You're related to these fucking people. That doesn't matter. That doesn't make you. That doesn't. it just doesn't resonate with me.
Yeah.
And I think especially for like kids, especially if you're making a movie for kids, which these are generally for.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, I think that's
you have to give them a thing to believe in. You have to tell kids anybody could be a Jedi. You can be this person. You can be your own hero.
Yeah.
Not like you have to be related to fucking Luke Skywalker to be, you know, a Jedi. Other than that,
Yeah.
you're just going to be a side character that nobody gives a fuck about.
That's one thing that I
know?
think they're really fucking up on. Personally, as like I don't know. Did both of you guys see the whole like Freddie Prinze Jr. rant?
Yeah,
I
on-
saw that.
I saw
And
it.
I totally agree. I'm like, yeah, it makes sense. Star Wars is for kids, but the fact of the matter is that I feel like they're going against what they're saying. Like they're making something that has the logic for kids and the like hopefulness for kids, but they're also pandering to the crowd before, but doing it in a way that disrespects a lot of the shit.
Fuck. Okay, you can paint like there's too much nostalgia in a lot of these movies that where it doesn't need to be.
Yeah.
You could have did this prequel or the sequel trilogy. You didn't have to have Luke, Han, or Leia in them at all, and you could have made it work.
Yeah.
But you had them in there, and that's fine because you get the old crowd back in. Like, look at our old heroes going again. That's fine. I'm fine with that. You know, but when you then try to still pander to them, and so instead of making something new, you redo what you already did. Instead of believing in your own creation, you let this toxic community tell you how to make your own fucking movie. You know, you got some bad. Fucking Last Jedi made over $1 billion. That's a success. But you still listen to these trolls online about what they didn't like and didn't like. That's why I feel like Rose wasn't in the movie as much because people fucking hated her from the last one.
For sure.
That's why I feel like Finn was sidelined because people had problems with him since the beginning. You know, that's why I think they had Rey and fucking Kylo, which made no goddamn sense to me.
Agreed.
You know, because there was that like not fan petition, but like that rumbling online of these fucking quiet idiots who just throw their opinion out there. Like, those people shouldn't dictate what you do. People are going to go see your movie because it's fucking Star Wars. Tell a good story. Tell something new and different. Stop trying to please everyone. Stop trying to be like, oh, we're progressive. We got this gay couple in here. But then you hide it in the background and something that you can easily cut out if you're trying to sell it to China or anybody else. Because we know China's a lot of money in there. We get that. But then you try to pander to the people here. Here's this, oh, there's a lesbian couple in the fucking movie. But if you blink, you'll miss their scene when they kiss at the end of the movie because we kept it in for half a
Did you
second.
watch
Like, get the fuck out of here.
the Into Darkness, the Star Trek movie?
Yeah, I didn't like that one.
You didn't like that one?
No.
Why?
I don't like J.J. Abrams for a lot of reasons. I think J.J. Abrams is more style over substance. I think J.J., he's a phenomenal director and what he does with like action scenes and things like that, but I think his movies are always lacking any kind of story. It's just like things are happening, and then just go from there. It looks great, the action's great, all that, but I think they're always kind of lacking story. If you go back to The Force Awakens, it was just a rehash of A New Hope. Looked pretty, but it was a rehash of A New Hope. Let's be real.
Which is funny because like they even tongue-in-cheek said it. It's like there's always a bigger Death Star or whatever the fuck.
Yeah, stupid, you know? And it's the same with like his other movies. Like I didn't like Cloverfield, I didn't really like. Super 8, I didn't really like. They're these mystery box kind of... I like the first Star Trek movie. But he does this like mystery box kind of thing where there doesn't need to be, where he tries to create hype for things in his movies that don't fucking matter. Star Trek Into Darkness, they try to make that a big scene like, oh, it's Khan. And it's just like, everybody kind of fucking knew it was Khan before the movie came out, but you're still trying to play
That's not the one
that.
I'm talking about. What's the one? The last one?
What, Star Trek Beyond?
Beyond. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
That's
I like
the one I
Beyond.
meant. That's the one I meant.
Yeah. No,
That's
I
the
like
one I
Beyond.
meant. Sorry. Into Darkness, I agree with you on those statements, but I forgot what the
Benedict
title
Cumberbatch.
was.
Yeah, no. Star Trek Beyond, I like Beyond.
Beyond, I like more than the other one.
Simon Pegg wrote that one. Like,
Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah.
No, because I know they actually went with Sulu, where he actually is a openly gay person, and like he came back and like I was like, that's what you do. You just have your character be a character,
yeah.
and then there's like one thing where it's like, oh, cool. Also, you have
like-
that relationship and a husband and a
Because
daughter
guess
or whatever
what?
the fuck.
You don't have to make a big spectacle of it because
Yeah, it's
gay
not-
people exist. Sometimes there's gay people. Sometimes there's black
Sometimes
people.
there's gay people.
Yeah.
Sometimes we just exist randomly.
and apparently
we're
there's-
here.
But the best part was that I was like, your character isn't your orientation.
Yeah.
It's just it is part of you.
Who you fuck doesn't define who you are.
Yeah,
you know.
So you could have all these things, and then eventually,
if you fuck dogs, that's kind of who you
okay,
are.
if you fuck dogs,
you're a dog fucker.
you need.
And you're forever a dog fucker. Right?
Yeah, you need your dick cut off, and you need to go away for a very long time.
Well, like that's the whole thing. Like I felt like they could have done something with any of the more main characters.
Yeah.
Where it's just like, it doesn't matter what orientation I am, but this is who I am. So like, for instance, Poe. No one really knew what the fuck Poe was about. There could have been a similar sort of scene like Sulu in.
I feel like Poe was wasted throughout the
Beyond.
series as well.
Yeah.
So
where
when
he just like he just comes back and he finds like one of his lovers or something and like kisses him. But instead they do it with Felicity.
Which was what the fuck was the point of that character besides to
Toys.
give you the special
Toys.
the special toy, no, the special coin to get you onto the ship. Here's a plot device. Here's the thing that'll get you onto that thing, so we can continue this fucking story. Goddamn, that's what I didn't like about it. It's like, oh, we got to get this knife so we can know how to get this thing. But oh, guess what? C-3PO can't say it because for some reason we wrote that he can't say it. So now we got to go to this thing to get this thing. And when you're there, you'll get this thing that'll get you onto this thing, which will then get you to this thing to get you to that thing to end the fucking movie. And it's just like, bro, like slow the fuck down.
I did like
tell
that
the
little
story.
guy though. That little guy was awesome.
Yeah,
What was his
good.
name? Babu
Babu, yeah.
Yeah, Babu Frick. I like Babu Frick.
Everyone loves Babu Frick.
But
He was like my Mexican mechanic, you know.
but,
He's just like, which, by
can
the
you
way,
fix it? Oh, we'll figure it out.
fun fact: he was voiced by Moaning Myrtle in the movie.
Yeah, I saw that.
By who?
The actress
Harry
that plays
Potter.
Moaning Myrtle in the Harry
Harry
Potter
Potter.
movies.
Okay.
But I like those scenes on
funny.
that planet whatever they were on, that little town. Like if they centered more of the movie there, just them like hiding from the Empire, kind of like, I don't know, just settle on something. Because we went from fucking, what is it called? We went from Burning Man on that planet, with that little festival.
Yeah, that was
Yeah,
pretty
the
cool.
desert
I thought that was
planet.
kind of cool.
Yeah.
They're cool scenes.
Well,
like I said,
this is
JJ,
exactly
he does
what we were
these cool
saying.
scenes and
Yeah.
stuff like that, but you're
The
jumping
consist-
around
the
so much.
The consistency is not there.
Yeah, you're jumping
and it's
around
just
so
like,
much.
oh, that's cool. Oh, that's not. Oh,
And
that's
then,
cool.
and then
Oh, that's
Lando
not.
being there. And you know what? You know what's funny? Okay, shout out Colt 45. Fucking beat him down. Brandon. He gave me a call when he saw it.
Yeah.
And we were talking about it. He's like, Lando be fucking everybody up.
Oh. Why do you think he walks around with a cane now? Them hips are worn out.
he goes. Why was he at that fucking desert fest? He's like,
Oh,
he was fucking all those things.
He's a general. He's a general, but he's at
That
this
motherfucker
desert
fucked a
Burning Man
robot.
party.
Yeah. He's fucking multiple
He
robots.
fucking all them aliens.
And then he's like, and then at the end when he's like, oh, let's find out your situation, baby. He's like, he about to fuck her. Too.
Yeah. Apparently that was his daughter.
What?
Yeah, apparently that was his daughter.
Oh, come on.
No, yeah.
Really?
His long lost daughter. Everybody doesn't have to be related in
That's
these
what I'm
fucking
saying. I
movies.
thought that
Wait,
was
no,
the whole
who
point of
said
that thing.
Who said that?
Who said that?
It was in let me find it out, but it was like an
'Cause-
official like
'cause,
Star Wars
oh
like thing.
Fucking D said that too.
That it was like his
But see, that's the thing. That was what bothered. Okay, so look, you guys talked a lot, but this is what bothered me most about it was that it was a lot of all that shit that we were just talking about. These things being really. It was just all so predictable. Like that's what Steve and I enjoyed so much about
The Last
Jedi was that things gave you kind of like a left turn. You know,
Yeah,
like,
I think I tweeted this out, I believe, where it's just like, that is the best and worst Star Wars. And that was my first reaction.
My
And I stick to
problem-
it. Where it was just so much, it was like, I love what they did.
Yeah.
And they can go so many different directions with it. I just dislike how I felt.
yes.
Yeah. See,
Because of certain things. And Canto Bite sucked dick.
I agree. Canto Bite was awful, but I think
But that's the only. If you took Canto Bite out of it, to be honest,
great
movie. Amazing.
The
That's
problem
what they're
is
doing the George Lucas re-releases.
Oh yeah, the special edition.
It's just them saying we got to go Canto Bite, but instead they're dubbed over. We got to go to just down the hall.
Fucking
Oh, good. There's somebody on board that has the code.
We need a code breaker. Oh, he's here.
yeah.
He's.
I know how to code break
right here. It's just a dub.
Fucking.
Where it's like
It's C-3PO
we're
going,
cutting
I
all
know
of-
how to do it.
But I know like people
He's
were
like,
complaining
I just need
about,
another thing to plug into my fucking head.
People were complaining about like, oh, they killed Luke Skywalker's character, and it's just like, bro, shut up. Just stop.
Also true, the Knights of Ren had no story.
Fucking nothing.
Yeah.
Well, that's that extra shit that JJ
Which
just
could have been
teases.
really cool because we were like, oh, the Knights, that's a new thing.
Yeah.
There's this one thing that actually does put me on this like weird uneasy plane because I don't know what to think about it. In the original trilogy, there's so much lore that you could now say, like, why didn't we get any payoff with that or that or that? It's because Star Wars is such a good franchise right now because of the fact that they had so much to work off of. But if we had the internet, we had this right now, they could be like, okay, first of all, they made an entire series out of the Clone Wars, which is one line said by Luke in the first movie.
They had a whole movie on it.
Exactly. But if we were like, well, what were the Clone Wars back then? Everyone would be uproar. We didn't know what the fuck happened there. Where was Ben Kenobi? We had all these questions that weren't answered then. We need to understand if they are smart, and I believe that they're going to do at least something like this. They're going to take a lot of what they set up and didn't have payoff and possibly go with it.
Fucking no. I hope not, because that's how they fuck shit up. Like,
You get a lot of stuff. First of all, one of my favorite shows ever is Rebels, that dives into stuff that you had no idea you wanted to know, but were things that were just mentioned in the original like fucking sagas.
That's fine. TV shows, things like that, that's fine. But
that's The Mandalorian. But it's great because of the fact that you can flesh it out.
It's great because they don't deal with Jedi Star Wars or Jedi Skywalkers, fucking Jedi Sith, any of that shit. That's what I liked about it. I'm tired.
I could have used some lightsabers though.
You seen Rebels?
I would rather see a Star Wars story that doesn't deal with Rebel, Empire, fucking Jedi, Sith. This is a giant universe. This is a giant galaxy, a giant universe where you can tell multiple stories.
Lightsabers.
Where you could tell multiple interesting stories about the things that are happening in this galaxy, but we stick to two fucking factions. You know, we stick to the Jedi, we stick to the Sith, the Empire, that. Like, let's get away from that. Mandalorian did that for me.
I know what you're saying.
You know, and so I would rather see more of that.
I don't disagree, bro. I just love lightsabers.
That's cool.
Bullshit.
Have you seen Rebels?
No, I'm not 6. No. No, I'm fucking around. No, I haven't.
I know.
watched.
Have you seen Avatar: The Last Airbender?
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying is kind of like what Rebels is it's something that is for kids. Just like most of Star Wars.
Yeah, I'm not saying it's a bad thing. Like,
but
I think those are fine.
It is. There's so much lore. There's so much good storytelling in there that people do are like, oh, it's a cartoon. Why the fuck would I watch that?
No,
bitch, I've been watching this fucking Spider-Man, like the 90s cartoon for like the past like...
I'm
nostalgic.
No,
it's fucking great.
It's good.
Dude.
Oh, no, it is. But I'm saying you're watching it because it's nostalgic.
Not even that. I'm watching it because I want...
What's something new that's meant for kids that you've watched recently?
Oh, new... Oh, yeah. I watch like new fucking Marvel cartoons. They're like the ones... The Guardians of the Galaxy cartoon is fucking dope.
Oh, I haven't seen that.
It's fucking dope, dude. It's on Disney Plus. You can watch it.
Yeah, see, that's something that I'll watch. But yeah,
I'm not talking shit about stuff like that, like the extended universe and things like that. Those are great for TV shows. I'm just saying cinema for movie wise.
Yeah,
where they should go forward. If you want to deep dive into that lore and with a new show, like I hear Attack of the Clones and Rebels, those are great shows that I want to watch. You just haven't. I'm not saying they shouldn't do those things. That is where you do those kind of world.
Those are what I'm saying is able to happen because of the unanswered storylines and the original movies.
Just people just making some shit up and let's tell some stories, man. Like we got this one line, let's just fuck with it.
That's where Legends
Let's bring in
came.
some new characters. And
but before Disney bought Star Wars, there was tons of novels, tons of games, tons of these.
They threw all that shit out.
All right,
Revan. Oh, by the way, Revan. Have you guys both played Knights of the Old Republic?
No.
Do you know about Revan?
I know Jedi Raven.
Revan,
whatever.
Yeah. That's so Raven.
That is so Raven.
I know. No, but like
I mean, she gave me.
Yeah.
And I gave her some.
It's very inspirational with this. But no, either way, like there's just so much stuff that you could pull from that I think that the original trilogy had a lot of the same things. It's just different because now we're so used to being analytic that we're like, you didn't answer this question. Granted, if they never do it, yeah, that's one thing.
But my thing is what you just said. There's so much stuff we can pull from. I feel the same way. There's so much stuff that we can pull from in this whole world that they've already built that doesn't have to do with these things.
Agreed.
There's other stories we can tell. We don't have to keep telling the same story and learning about the same fucking family. If they do another sequel in like 10 years and it's like fucking old ass Rey Skywalker with her fucking grandkids and their new adventure, fuck that. Like, no, let's Something else. Give us something else.
I was like, show me the kid that they had that didn't do shit.
Yeah.
He's just at home. He's just like, nah, fuck those fucking Jedi. I'm just gonna fucking play.
Or like
he just has a holocron, just like fucking play video games and shit.
You know how like okay, fuck. I was hoping to try and wrap this conversation up, but you know how I would just enjoy. This is like just me throwing out some, obviously they're not gonna listen to me, but like it would be kind of cool because I am into like the whole Jedi thing, right? Like I would love to. Well, because so there's rebels, right? But like, how do we know that like Luke Skywalker was like the last Jedi, right? Or Rey, that's what I'm saying.
Because they're physically the last one.
Like, why can't? But we don't know that for sure. What if there's a few that are also in hiding that we just don't know about?
Because it was the title of a movie.
That is very true. That is very true.
And that's what I would like for them to discover.
Go back. There's 1,000 generations in you. Let's go back 250 generations. Let's learn about these motherfuckers there. Like,
no, 100%.
Back when the Jedi faction was still the Jedi,
or that, yeah. I mean, like Knights of the Old Republic, kind of, like that kind of whole idea.
Even that, like, I'd be fine with that. Yeah. But
it's whatever they decide it to be honest.
Okay,
like so there could be, but the thing is, unless they decide it,
I'm trying to wrap this shit up.
Answering the question.
We got partying to do.
It's already 7:30.
Yeah.
So yeah, we do got partying to do, and also okay. So this is just try real quick. I'm trying to fucking wrap this up. So like. On my second viewing, I thought I enjoyed the movie a lot more on my second viewing because I knew what to expect, I guess. Yeah. And so I just took it for what it was, watched the movie, and it was way more enjoyable for me.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, absolutely. I can see that because, like I said, a lot of those set pieces are really cool and they're really nice. Yeah. But they're just story wise for me, it just like didn't make sense.
Because we're trying to put all that shit together and everything that we thought and everything we want to know and everything we want to hear.
Not even what I want to know, just like building off. Like this is what you guys are doing. I'm into what you're doing.
Right. We're following the story, and they kind of fucked a lot of that off. Yeah, I know, but. But watch it again. I felt
I'll probably enjoy it. Yeah.
Look, but all in all, it's a Star Wars movie, and we all had a good time in the theater watching it. Right?
Yeah,
it wasn't like you were sitting there going, "Oh, fuck off," except for the one part that
mine was the Palpatine thing.
Mine was the kiss.
I'm with you on that one. That's the only one I was like, I fucking really?
Yeah.
That's why I tell people, like when I saw it, like in my office, I saw it before everybody because we had a Christmas party that night. I was like, "Fuck that! I'm gonna go see Star Wars." The next day, everyone's like, asking me, like, "Oh, is it good?" Me knowing, like, I didn't really like it, but I told everybody, like, you will enjoy it. Like, it's a good.
That's
movie.
all I said too.
You will enjoy it. I have my reservations.
Yeah.
But the majority of the people will enjoy this movie. Like, it's not a bad movie.
Yeah.
It's just like
I felt like Simon Pegg when Into the Darkness came out. Remember when you remember watching him in a red carpet interview?
Yeah.
When the trailer for that movie came out.
I gotta show you this video, but keep going. Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about?
No,
though?
I don't.
They asked him about it, and he was just like, he's like, that movie. He's like, there's just so, and I think he's even at like he's at some other red carpet, and he's like complaining about the movie he's in.
Yeah.
As a fan of Star Trek.
Yeah.
I don't know what the fuck we were doing.
And he's just like, there's just so much more that we could have done.
Yeah.
He's just
like my NDA's up, right? Like or whatever. Like
yeah. And he's like kind of not shitting on it, but just going like, I didn't like it, and it's not what the message is that I thought we should have given. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
I hear that. But either way, like is it Into Darkness or is it Beyond?
It was Into Darkness. It was the second one. I remember why he was just like, I don't know.
Yeah, exactly. I think we're gonna wrap this up because we gotta go to some parties. I want to say Happy New Year to everybody, and of course, hopefully we're not all dead, right? It's not the end of the world. Yeah. If you aren't dead, you can listen to us next week.
Twitter and Instagram at Ryan P. Demarest. Also follow us at Humpcast, and hit us up on any or on Facebook, and you can listen to us on any podcast platform.
Yeah, and if you want to argue with me about Star Wars, you can follow me on Twitter at Steve X Rogers. My DMs are open.
Boom. Samesies. Also, you can follow me at Garrett_AM Lee at Twitter and Instagram, and I will see you next year.
Ooh.
Yeah, I know. It's heavy.
Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. I love you.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Famcast Media.